got Lehigh's Darian Cruz Wednesday before NCAA starts. Coming back to defend your title, you've got a tough bracket, tough guys everywhere. In the press conference, you said who's on the other side of the line. But knowing that pretty much everybody's tough, what's the mentality like going in?
Honestly, just coming out here, a lot of people kind of get caught up in either the media or what people are talking about. Honestly, the difference between NCAA champion, first place and second place, or even not placing, is the fact that you got to come out here and do what you know how to do. Do what you've been doing for 18 years, 19 years. And that's just wrestling, and it's crazy to think back on what I achieved last year and what my coaches had told me then. And I remember literally right before I ran out, almost every time they said, "Hey, just go out, wrestle this kid." All the game planning, all the stuff we talked about. Right before I shook the kid's hand and ran out there, the last thing I said was, "Go out, wrestle this kid. Go do what you know how to do." So yeah, no, this tournament's going to be very exciting in its own. I think my bracket is stacked and got a lot of tough kids, and kind of like I said in the press conference, a lot of kids are getting better younger. So so age is not going to be a factor in this one. So but I'm excited to wrestle those top guys, and it's something that we train for all year, is to wrestle the best competition and see who the best 125 pounder is, and I'm excited to climb the podium again.
You've already got a title under your belt, so having that experience, is this year easier or harder to come into?
Yeah, honestly, it's been easier, and I've picked a lot of people's brains about it. I remember talking to, whether he remembers it or not, out at Beast Days, I was talking to Kellen Russell, for a little bit. Coach Pat, he's multiple-time NCAA champ. Zach Ray, who's been there, he's not a multiple-time champ, but he's been there, been around a lot of guys like that. So I think it's cool to think about the sense that no one could take away what I did last year. So it's not really defending, it's just going out to get another one, going out to chasing another dream, and that's this year, and being another NCAA champion. So I feel like a lot of people want me to have more pressure, but I'm just smiling through it all. I'm excited to come out here and compete again. I come from a smaller school, at least, in Lehigh, and putting them on the map as much as I have been able to do this year, I think it's awesome. Like I said, in the press conference in there, anything my team does, it makes me that much happier. I'm so proud to represent Lehigh and my teammates and my coaches that that's the stuff that brings me joy and really pushes me to be the best my ability. Seeing the recognition that Lehigh's getting, my team's getting, and that I'm getting, my family's getting, it's motivation in itself. I think it speaks for itself.
Has this year been more fun for you?
Yeah, absolutely. Honestly, a lot of people ask me how emotional it's going to be, or how emotional it's been. It hasn't hit me yet, I just been having fun with it, and it, like I said earlier, it's been easy, it's been fun, and it's been exciting, I feel like my eyes are open for the first time, as a wrestler, which is crazy to think about. But I think, the ceiling is limitless for me, and I'm pushing to be the best in the world, not just, the best in, the United States. So I'm excited to continue to, push myself and grow. And I remember having this conversation with Coach Pat after, Gilman took silver at the World Championships, and he said, I think you're at the caliber to be the best in the world. So, we sat and talked about that, and I'm excited, to compete after this.
So you mentioned if you were going to be emotional or whatever, but could you just talk about what Lehigh's meant to you on this journey?
Oh man, I think that's what gets me more emotional, just the fact that they've been through the ups and downs. I mean, taking a chance on a light, 125 pounder is something that not a lot of schools did, and having the coaching staff, not really see you as a number, seeing you as the person you are, and you're not replaceable. Being a human is not that replaceable. So that was another big thing. But they've stuck with me when I messed up. They kept me. They just picked me up and said, dust yourself off and keep going. And it took to my junior year to realize how good I was, and they saw that the whole time, which is crazy to think about. And everything I say to Coach Pat, he's always like, Darian, I told you that when you're a freshman or when you're a sophomore. So it's awesome, realizing it now. At least you get to realize it, So the impact they had, the alumni that are all there, and it's just awesome. Being such a small school and having that much support. I'm not sure if other schools like that get the support that I do. The more personal support, the more one-on-one support, and and I think that that built me to be the character I am today. So I'm just thankful for that.
Could you expand a little bit on Coach Pat? He just won Coach of the Year, which is so exciting, especially like you said, a smaller school to get that kind of recognition. Can you talk about his impact a little more?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think he went to the awards ceremony yesterday. He had no idea, by the way. He went just like in a sweater, like a Lehigh wrestling sweater. So he wasn't even aware that he was going to win, and that's just the type of person he is. He's the type of person that wants to kind of be behind the scenes. Like, he had his moment, and he recognizes that. But I feel like he's taught me to be the person I am today as well. I'm more happy for my team, and I feel like that's the way Coach Pat is. He loves seeing success. He loves changing the lives of like these younger guys, and like I said, he cares about you as a person. So whether you're good at wrestling or not, he wants you to be a better man. And if you happen to be good at wrestling, then it's a plus, and that's what's so special about Lehigh. And Coach Pat, he's universal. He teaches not just like us and as his team, but he teaches a lot of the other staff at Lehigh, whether they're professors, whether they're other coaches. What it means to be like a successful person. Not even just athlete. So like, we are one of the most successful teams on campus here at Lehigh, or at home at Lehigh. So a lot of people learn from him, and he does so much for the program, and other than that, he just kicks my butt in the wrestling room. As old as he is, I think I was talking to somebody earlier. His timing is impeccable still. So, he still has it, and he can still roll around, and he's just been an awesome father figure for his kids, husband, coach, and a mentor. So, me hearing that he won that wasn't a surprise for me.
Awesome. So I'm almost done. Got a couple more for you.
Keep going.
You had an undefeated season so far. Where's your confidence level going in? How does that help kind of push you into it?
I just try to think about what I can. Control what I can physically control. Not really get caught up on what I can't. So I may not have wrestled the top guys. I did wrestle a couple guys in the top 10, maybe top 5. But you don't have to beat everybody to be NCAA champion. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. You just got to beat whoever's on the other side of the line. So for me, it's the next 5 guys. So I just continue to train, as hard as I can. And, I've been there, done that. So I understand where I got to be mentally, physically, emotionally. So I train just using, the past experiences and just get ready for having fun. Like I said, this year's been a lot easier for me. So it's been easier to kind of get myself going. In that aspect, and feel better in matches. Even if the score is close going into the third, it's not even about winning and losing. It's about going out and having fun and doing what I like to do, and that's wrestling. So it's just been a lot easier this year.
You touched on it a little bit in the press conference, but what's it mean to this program winning an IWA Championship like that?
Yeah.
You coming off a national title and just kind of, like you said, just more exposure to the
absolutely.
team.
I mean, it's crazy to think about, but I remember being a freshman or a senior in high school committing to Lehigh, and me just thinking, I want to be on the team that beat that team. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. So all these kids go to big schools. I have nothing against them, like Penn State, Ohio State, and they won't even start. You know what I mean? How crazy is that? And there's a lot of good wrestlers. I wanted to be on a team that beat that team. That everyone went to. So. Me coming to Lehigh, seeing their records, and I think the last time they brought home a trophy was when our coach Brad Dillon was in the lineup. So I think they brought home a 3rd and a 4th. So ever since I've been here, I've been wanting to do that, and this is the first year that I think we can actually bring home a trophy, which is like top 4, and I'm excited for all the guys, and it's crazy being a senior now, like understanding how close we are to doing that and how we have that potential. That the younger guys still kind of don't. So, I mean, it's like a double-edged sword with that. Because I pump the guys up with positivity and how much I believe in them. And it's unbelievable because something like that is all that I needed, Like I said, everyone knows how to wrestle. It's just a matter of doing it when the lights are on. So I try to do that as much as I can and try to, uplift this program as much as I can. And, hopefully... only because they've done that for me. You know what I mean? So I don't even feel like I need to be praised or anything after this. It's just I'm returning the favor, and and it goes hand in hand. Both me and Lehigh go hand in hand.
Yeah, it must be exciting knowing that you're the only one leaving the squad next year,
Yeah,
so they
exactly.
still have all this potential to get it done.
So like I said, it's bittersweet, but I'm excited for the boys. You know, they're young, so for our whole team to be out here this young, it's not about wins and losses. So if we bring home a trophy or not, I just know it's not this year, it's next year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's something that I've been trying to build since I was a freshman. And just leave that legacy behind is awesome.
Last one. Everybody that comes out here wants to walk away with a national title, but in addition to that, like, what's one thing you want to leave Cleveland with?
Yeah. One thing I want to leave Cleveland with is, I hope that when I'm done, I wrestle my last match, I get a standing ovation, just because I would enjoy that a lot. I think that would mean a lot. I feel like I've given so much to this sport, and that would be something that would be really cool, other than like a national title. Just everyone on their feet, just clapping, just understand that this is my last time I'll wrestle in college, and hopefully I gave them everything they came to see. So that would be something really exciting.
Awesome. Thanks, Darian. Good luck this weekend.
Thank you so much.